Okay guys, today we're going to look at the magic of a circle. You're going to need a pencil and an eraser. You can use a felt tip if you would like. One of the things we like to do in class is remember the phrase trace and erase. So as you're laying out your drawing with pencil, then you can commit to the lines you choose to keep by tracing over them with a felt tip or a Sharpie. Erase the areas you don't want anymore. So we call that trace and erase. Now, the magic of a circle. All right, I have a coaster here, and we can view it very easily to see that it's a perfect circle. Now, keep your eye on this edge as I tilt it over. Okay, now it's an oval. Our brain knows that when it's like this, it's a circle, but when you tilt it, it becomes an oval. We're going to use this feature today for our drawing. All right, trace and erase. Today my paper is tall like a shower, wide like a tub, tall like a shower. So it's standing tall. The 12-inch length is standing tall. I'm going to find my halfway point on my paper and then to the bottom, and then find the halfway point from here to here. And I'm going to mark that with my pencil. On the other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Here's my halfway point, and then halfway between my pencil point and my fingers is about right there, and mark that point. I'm going to lightly sketch across my paper, break the line, and continue on the other side. So if I was going to trace and erase at this point, would lay down that first line and the second. Now you can see really well on the camera. All right, now I'm going to use that oval feature we talked about, and I'm going to place it right about in the middle of the page, and I'm going to break it the same way I broke that line. The back of that oval is open. Now I can draw straight down on both sides like a number 1. Keeping it kind of equal. Curl that little line on both sides toward the middle, because we're building a flower pot today. Slightly slant those lines, and a really light curve like the oval at the top. Here's that oval on the bottom. If you were using a pencil, you could continue that oval with dotted lines to see this oval would match that oval. We won't need this later, so that's an area we're going to erase. Just kind of helps us remember balance in our picture when we are using the dotted line for guidance. Okay, again with the oval, today I'm going to ask you to do something a little different. Instead of drawing a hard, solid line, we're going to use a dash line. So in my mind, I have an oval, and I'm drawing a dashed line because today I'm putting a cactus in my composition. I want assorted cactuses in my little flower pot, so I'm going to put a small oval over here. You can see the oval and the oval. We don't have to show the oval here because our brain knows it's in the flower pot. Now I want to put a tall cactus, kind of like a tube, and go tall and turn, come back down. And then I want to put one kind of in the background, and it's a long oval, kind of looks like a spoon, and it kind of goes behind that big tube cactus. Now, if you'll notice my flower pot has something missing. We need to continue that lip or that cuff on that pot. Okay, now, a couple of tips for you. If you're working in black and white, I commend you. That's awesome. If you want to work in color, that's great too. But if you are pre-K through 2nd grade and you want to try this by just using black and white, here is a great idea. If you take a sheet of paper and draw a set of boxes, and we would like to have, I'm going to put my name on that just for fun. The first thing I do is always the same. I pick up a pencil and write my name. We need light, medium, and dark. So if dark is 4, and that is my darkest area. I would like to make sure I have some super dark areas in my drawing. That's dark. If I have some medium areas, I can cross my lines and cross them again. That term is called cross-hatching, or it shows you the reason we use closeness of line. The more lines you add, the darker it gets. That's 3. Now on 2, maybe I want to use dots. And the 1 is the white of the paper. So very easily, you have your own value scale that we're going to plug into our drawing. All right. If you're in 3rd grade, 4th grade, I would encourage you to build 7 values. The white of the paper plus this many values. So your graduated scale will be longer than my younger students. All right. With that in mind, let's shade our picture very quickly. In these broken lines that we've used a dotted line, just put little letter V's or check marks, and that is going to give us the visualization of the little stickers or the spines on our cactus. Just a variation of how we lay in lines and design. Use little check marks and V's. You can go all over your cactus with this. Put some out in the middle, a few dots, super fast. Same here with this little cactus. You can go as many or as little as you like. On the big cactus, I'm going to make those bigger because it's a big, crazy green cactus. I can vary the shapes of my check marks and my V's. Draw a few more lines if you want to connect some of that to make it more solid. I think I want this one to be striped whenever I color it, so I'm going to put some wiggly squiggly lines right there and connect those lines to make those ovals complete. Connect these lines to make my ovals on my cactus complete. Gives you some texture, conveys that idea that we're dealing with a cactus. We're close. On the side of your pot, I'd love for you to use your dot from your value scale that we were looking at. Let's move that over here. Add dots randomly to this side and they will disappear up to the edge of your flower pot. On this side, we're going to use hatching. That's just one set of lines. They don't crisscross. And go under the lip of the flower pot. This also gives you a way to straighten lines that you're not happy with because you're camouflaging them. We're going to use up and down lines inside the flower pot and make them as dark as possible. That gives us our number value of 4. So we've got 4. We've got 4, we've got a variation of 3, we've got 2, we've got the white of the paper. Let's put a little more here on this side. Let's create a shadow beside our flower pot on this side. Long hatching, not crisscrossed. The closer to the pod, the darker it will get, so your lines are closer. And then on the pod itself, we're going to use cross hatching. So let's go across our flower pot. And let's crisscross those lines, so that's the cross hatching. And come around this edge, just very simply, just a few. And the farther the line, the lighter. Okay, super simple. Let's tuck in a little bit of shading behind these little oval cactuses so that it makes the big tall cactus in the back. It makes it recede or go farther back. And on the tips where they connect and close to the flower pot. Now this may seem tedious. It may not seem worth it, but when we add the color, you're going to have a fantastic still life.